This is a 2.5 gallon tank, and being so small, it's kind of hard with all the plants and the decorations that are in here. It's hard to scrub the glass, so I rarely do it. So I apologize for the algae, but you can still see the fish decently well. These are 4 random males that didn't come out of any of my lines. They're just random male guppies. I suspect they might possibly have Endler in them, but you know, that's really hard to tell. Endlers and guppies look so similar in nature, so in the wild, you know, so it's hard to say. And they've been hybridized so much, it's really, I think, safer to just call them just mutt guppies, random mixed guppies. I got these from a member of our group. They hitched a ride with some plants I got from him, and they've been fun to grow up, and they came out all 4 different, and they all came out of the same tank too. So you've got this crazy snakeskin cobra pattern little guy. You've got this fun lyre tail. That's this one here. You can see the kind of Y-shaped tail, but those aren't swords. Swords would come to a point. His are rounded. His extensions on his caudal fin, which is the tail fin, are rounded. Then you've got 3, the other 3 all have a top sword, but they're all still different. So this guy's got some yellow showing up and then red on that top sword. And he may be slowly getting a bottom sword extension. Sometimes the other extensions take a while to come in. This is another one with the top sword that's orange. And then this snakeskin guy, or cobra, whatever he would be called, has a little bit of a top sword extension starting as well. Very cool fish. They're pretty spunky with each other. They kind of display and chase and spar all day long. But no, I mean, they don't seem to kill each other. They've all done fine, and they came to me as fry, so I didn't know what they were. And of course that means I don't want to mix them in with my other fish because I don't want to degrade any lines. And that's not to speak ill of the quality of these fish, that's just to say if I mix them with my other fish, then I'm gonna have mixed breed guppies, and that's not what I'm aiming for. So they're a lot of fun, and if I had a tank, just like a few tanks to set up colonies for these guys, I probably would. I would probably do a tank for the top sword guys, the orange top sword guys, a tank for that snake skin, and a tank for this lyre tail, because I think those would be really fun. But again, I don't have that, so they will always be random males one of these days. This used to be a beta tank, and the beta jumped. I accidentally broke the lid, so it didn't have a lid on it anymore. The beta jumped out, and at the time when he jumped, I didn't have all this salvinia growing over the top. Had I had this, he would not have jumped, but I had cleared most of it out. So he jumped and fell behind the shelf this is on and ended up dying, unfortunately. But it made a spot for me to drop these guys and see what they grew up into, because I didn't know if they'd be male or female or what they'd be. I'm glad they're all male, because I can put them in my 10-gallon bachelor pad over there, and they can just be residents that just live their life out in there. As the other males come and go, they can just spend their days in there. And they would be a lot of fun to work with if I had space to play with these guys, but I don't. This lyre tail one has really been fascinating to me. I love that fin shape with those white lyre tails. And then this cobra has been the other one that's really got my attention. But as these sword tail ones have grown out, this guy is getting a lower sword over here. His yellow is really coming through on his tail, which is really nice. So they would be fun. They wouldn't really be any true lines, but it would be fun to have a line that produced lyre tail, you know. But we'll just let them live out their days and enjoy watching them. They're pretty frisky little fish.